Have you ever noticed your legs feeling weaker or slower than they used to be? Many people assume it's just part of getting older, but the truth is that certain silent warning signs in your legs can reveal much more than simple aging. Especially after the age of 70, if your legs start showing unusual symptoms, it could be your body's way of warning you about serious hidden health risks. Some doctors even say that without taking action, these signs could mean you have less than 5 years to turn things around. This might sound dramatic, but your legs really are the foundation of your overall well-being, and when something starts to go wrong, it often begins there long before you notice problems anywhere else. In today's video, we're going to uncover 5 critical warning signs in your legs that almost no one talks about. Stay with me until the end, because not only will you learn how to spot these red flags early, but you'll also discover simple ways to strengthen your legs, boost your longevity, and take back control of your health. If you want to make sure your best years are still ahead of you, or if you care about someone who might be at risk, then you're exactly in the right place. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, now is the perfect time to do it so you never miss out on life-changing insights. Let's begin with the first warning sign: persistent swelling that doesn't go away. One of the earliest and most overlooked warning signs is swelling in your legs, ankles, or feet that keeps coming back or never seems to go away. Many people notice their socks leaving deep marks or their shoes feeling tighter as the day goes on. It's easy to brush this off as water retention or sitting too long, but persistent swelling is often your body's way of waving a red flag about your overall health. When fluid builds up in the legs, it's called edema, and in older adults, it's almost never just a small inconvenience. It can be a sign that your heart isn't pumping as strongly as it should, or that your kidneys are struggling to keep up. Sometimes, it's connected to poor circulation or even the early stages of heart failure. Swelling usually develops slowly, which makes it easy to ignore at first. But if your legs feel heavy every day, or if pressing your skin leaves a dent that takes time to bounce back, it's time to pay attention. I remember talking to Harold, a 68-year-old man who noticed his legs were puffier than usual. At first, he thought it was just from a salty meal, but the swelling stayed for weeks. When he finally mentioned it during his yearly checkup, his doctor discovered that his heart wasn't as strong as before. With some changes to his medication and daily habits, Harold got back on track before things got worse. Medically, persistent swelling goes much deeper than the skin. It's often linked to weak veins, circulation problems, or hidden issues in other organs. If left untreated, it can lead to sores, infections, or even dangerous blood clots. Activities, quietly stealing your independence without you even realizing it. Don't assume swelling is normal just because it's common. If your legs or feet are swollen more often than not, talk to your healthcare provider. Taking action early can be the difference between a simple fix and a serious health crisis, and it might just give you many more years of strong, confident steps ahead. Sign 2: sudden cramps or muscle spasms at night. Another warning sign that should never be ignored is frequent cramps or muscle spasms in your legs, especially at night. Many people think these cramps are just a minor annoyance, something that comes with age or a sign they didn't drink enough water. But recurring, intense cramps can signal serious underlying issues like poor circulation, nerve problems, or even the early stages of a neurological condition. Many seniors notice their legs suddenly seizing up with sharp pain just as they're trying to fall asleep, or they get jolted awake in the middle of the night when their muscles contract without warning. If you find yourself massaging your calves, stretching your feet, or pacing the bedroom floor just to find relief, it's your body's way of asking for help. These are not just ordinary Charlie horses. When they keep happening, it's time to pay attention. These painful cramps are often linked to poor blood flow, which means your legs aren't getting enough oxygen and nutrients. Sometimes they're a sign of narrowing arteries, called peripheral artery disease, or an imbalance of minerals like potassium and magnesium. Certain medications can make the problem worse, and if you have diabetes, the risk is even higher. Left untreated, the underlying problem can quietly grow worse, leading to nerve damage or a higher risk of falls. Jean, a 73-year-old woman, struggled with painful calf cramps night after night. She thought they were just a nuisance, but when a friend encouraged her to see her doctor, tests revealed early blood vessel problems that were easy to treat. With a few lifestyle changes and simple medication, she was sleeping peacefully again within weeks, and her energy and balance improved dramatically. The mental toll of nightly cramps can be just as hard as the physical pain. Poor sleep leads to foggy mornings, low mood, and less motivation to stay active, creating a spiral that can quietly rob you of your zest for life. The sooner you recognize and treat the cause, the more likely you are to protect both your legs and your overall well-being. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights helpful, comment the number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is a great time to do it. Hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Your support helps us keep creating content to inform and inspire you. Sign 3. Unexplained bruising or discoloration. One warning sign that often goes unnoticed by many older adults is the appearance of unexplained bruises or strange discoloration on the legs. You might spot a purple patch on your shin, dark spots around your ankles, or marks that appear after barely bumping into something. While occasional bruises can be part of life, especially as skin becomes thinner with age, repeated or unexplained marks can signal something much deeper going wrong with your blood vessels, your blood's clotting ability, or your overall circulation. Bruises that appear out of nowhere or take a long time to heal may be signs that blood isn't flowing as freely as it should. Weak veins, poor circulation, or changes in clotting can make your legs more vulnerable. Sometimes, darkened skin near the ankles or reddish-brown stains that won't fade are signs that blood is pooling just under the skin, a telltale sign of chronic venous insufficiency or a circulation disorder. I remember speaking with Susan, who was 78, and had noticed small dark spots on her legs that seemed to multiply over the months. At first, she thought they were just age spots, but when they began to ache and spread, she went to her doctor. Tests revealed vein issues that could have led to serious complications if left untreated. Thankfully, with early treatment, Susan was able to protect her legs and enjoy her walks in the park again. Beyond the physical risks, seeing new bruises or discoloration can take a toll on your confidence. You might feel embarrassed to wear shorts, avoid swimming, or even withdraw from social activities out of worry that others will notice. More importantly, untreated circulation problems can increase the risk of infections, ulcers, or even blood clots, which can be life-threatening if they travel to your lungs or heart. If you see unusual bruising, skin discoloration, or slow-healing wounds on your legs, don't ignore them. Talking with your healthcare provider can be the first step to catching bigger problems early and keeping your legs, and your life, on solid ground. Sign 4. Numbness, tingling, or loss of sensation. One of the most alarming warning signs, and one that often goes unmentioned, is the sudden appearance of numbness, tingling, or a noticeable loss of sensation in your legs or feet. You might feel a pins and needles sensation after sitting too long, or you may notice you can't feel a pebble in your shoe or even the texture of your socks. Sometimes this sensation fades quickly, but other times it lingers, or even becomes permanent. While it's easy to shrug this off as poor circulation, these symptoms can actually be your body's way of signaling nerve damage or the early stages of a much more serious health issue. Numbness and tingling are often linked to peripheral neuropathy, a condition that affects the nerves outside your brain and spinal cord. For seniors, the most common cause is long-standing diabetes, but it can also be triggered by vitamin deficiencies, medication side effects, or underlying autoimmune problems. If left unaddressed, these nerve changes can lead to serious consequences, from difficulty walking and balance problems to a higher risk of infections or wounds that go unnoticed. Take the story of Ed, a 66-year-old who realized he was stubbing his toes more often and couldn't feel the floor beneath his feet as clearly as before. It wasn't until he stepped on a sharp object without realizing it, and developed a wound that wouldn't heal, that he understood something was seriously wrong. His doctor diagnosed him with early nerve damage. But with prompt treatment and a few key changes in his diet and daily habits, Ed was able to prevent further complications and regained his confidence on his feet. The psychological impact of numbness is just as significant as the physical risk. Not being able to trust your legs can lead to anxiety, reduced mobility, and a greater risk of falling. For many people, it creates a fear of leaving the house or participating in activities they once loved, quietly shrinking their world one step at a time. That's why paying attention to these early signs and seeking help can make all the difference. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment the number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect time. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating content to inform and inspire you. Sign 5, unsteadiness or frequent stumbling. One of the most silent but dangerous warning signs is a growing sense of unsteadiness or frequent stumbling when you walk. It might begin as a shaky step first thing in the morning, a feeling that your legs just aren't as reliable as they used to be, or even moments when you almost fall for no clear reason. For many seniors, this new sense of instability is brushed off as just part of getting older, but it's far more serious than that. Unsteadiness in your legs is often one of the earliest clues that your muscles, nerves, or balance systems are in trouble. It can dramatically raise your risk of a life-altering fall. A stumbling or unsteady gait can mean that the connection between your legs and your brain is being disrupted. This might be caused by muscle weakness from inactivity, hidden neurological conditions like Parkinson's or mini-strokes, or even changes in the inner ear that affect balance. Sometimes, even a minor infection or dehydration can make you feel wobbly, but if the problem lingers or gets worse, it should never be ignored. The consequences can be severe. A single bad fall can lead to fractures, loss of independence, or a slow decline in health that is difficult to reverse. I recall Mary, a 72-year-old who loved tending her garden but started noticing that she was catching her toe on the edge of the sidewalk more often. After nearly falling twice in 1 week, she decided numbness in your legs can sometimes be triggered by simple issues like vitamin deficiencies, medication side effects, or even hidden autoimmune conditions. But if it's left unaddressed, those small nerve changes can grow into something far more serious, causing trouble with walking, balance, and even leading to unnoticed wounds or infections. Take the story of Ed, a 66-year-old who began stubbing his toes more often and felt like the floor beneath him wasn't as clear as it used to be. He didn't think much of it, until one day he stepped on a sharp object without realizing it and developed a wound that refused to heal. That's when his doctor discovered early nerve damage. With quick treatment and a few key changes in his diet and daily habits, Ed stopped the damage from progressing and regained his confidence on his feet. The psychological weight of numbness is heavy. Not being able to trust your legs can quietly drain your confidence, fuel anxiety, and increase the risk of falling. For many, it creates a deep fear of leaving home or doing the things they once loved, slowly shrinking their world one step at a time. That's why it's so important to notice these early signs and get help right away. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights helpful, comment the number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to do so and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss any of our future videos. Your support helps us continue creating content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move on to the 5th sign, unsteadiness or frequent stumbling. This is one of the most silent yet dangerous warning signs. It might show up as a shaky first step in the morning, a feeling that your legs just aren't as dependable as they once were, or moments when you suddenly almost fall without any clear reason. Many seniors simply chalk it up to getting older, but it's often much more than that. Unsteadiness can be an early sign that your muscles, nerves, or balance systems are struggling, and it greatly raises your risk of a life-changing fall. Stumbling or an unsteady gait means the connection between your brain and your legs is being disrupted. This could come from muscle weakness due to inactivity, hidden neurological issues like mini-strokes or Parkinson's, or even subtle changes in the inner ear that affect your balance. Sometimes even minor infections or dehydration can make you feel wobbly, but if the problem lingers or gets worse, it should never be ignored. The consequences can be severe. A single bad fall can cause fractures, loss of independence, or trigger a slow decline in health that's hard to reverse. I think of Mary, a 72-year-old who loved tending her garden. She began catching her toe on the edge of the sidewalk more often and nearly fell twice in 1 week. Concerned, she finally spoke with her doctor. It turned out her muscle strength had quietly declined, and her blood pressure medication needed some adjustments. With simple strength exercises and the guidance of her care team, Mary regained her balance and returned to her garden with confidence. The emotional toll of stumbling is very real. The fear of falling often leads seniors to stop walking, shopping, or even socializing, and this only makes the legs weaker and increases isolation. It becomes a vicious cycle that quietly shrinks their world and chips away at confidence and happiness. But the good news is, these issues are often treatable. Sometimes just a few small changes or added support can make all the difference. If you've been feeling less steady on your feet or catching yourself from falling more than once, take it seriously. Have an open talk with your doctor, try physical therapy, or make small safety changes around your home. These steps can mean the difference between many more years of independent living or facing the difficult challenges that follow a serious fall. Now, as we wrap up this important conversation, take a moment to reflect on the 5 warning signs we've explored together. Have you noticed any of these signals in your own legs, or perhaps in someone you care about? It's easy to overlook little changes, but remember, your legs often speak up long before the rest of your body does, giving you a precious window to protect your health and independence. These signs are not meant to scare you, they're meant to empower you. Each one is a reminder to pay attention, seek support when you need it, and make small, steady choices that add up to a longer, stronger life. Whether it's getting regular checkups, staying active each day, or sharing your concerns with a loved one or your doctor, you are taking powerful steps to keep yourself strong and confident for the years ahead. You deserve to walk into your future with your head held high and your feet steady beneath you. Don't ignore what your legs are trying to tell you. Listening to their warnings now gives you the best chance at many more years of independence, joy, and adventure. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us and reading your comments gives us great motivation. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep creating meaningful content to inspire and guide you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.